Welcome, everyone. My name is Tabitha Collins. I am the Director of Marketing for Duval County Public Schools. I am the person who you most likely hear when we send you a phone call from the district. I am also the person who manages our websites, and that is one of the reasons why I'm here to teach you how to master the website. It's big website. We have a lot of schools and we're a very large district. We are the 20th largest district in the nation. So you probably know that our website is very, very large too. But the good thing is that there's a lot of information for you that can help you. And so I'm going to talk you through little details about the website that you need to know to make your experience better. So I'm going to share my screen and turn off my camera and we can get started. So what you should be seeing now is the front page of our website. And you'll notice that the first thing I want to tell you is that I'm a mom, and one of the most important things that I did when my son was going to school at Duval County Public Schools, he's now graduated and he's at UNF, is I looked on my school website regularly to find out things that I needed to know. It could be, when is orientation, or when is the open house? When do we buy uniforms? When's the next football game? How do I contact my principal? All these things are so important. And so I want to recommend that whenever you have a question, before you reach out and call the school, look on your website. You might find that the information that you need is there. So that's the first thing I wanted to impart on you. The other thing about the website that's great is it is open 24/7. School is only open from 8 o'clock in the morning until about 3:30 at night. And then, of course, there's extended day. And so what that means is that your website is there anytime you need it. And that also means that you have the ability to communicate with us anytime during the day, even if we're not at work. In fact, I will often get emails from parents that have been emailed to me at 2 in the morning. What y'all are doing up at 2 in the morning, I do not know. You should be in bed. So that's also another important reason why you want to make sure you're familiar with it, because you'll be able to get information any time of day or night or during the holidays when the kids are on break. So what's new about our website is we've recently we're transitioning over to a new design, and I'm going to walk you through that new design. And what's great about this new design are two things. One is inclusivity is very important to Duval County Public Schools, and we want to make sure that everyone, doesn't matter who you are, has access to information that they need to have an enriching public education experience. And that means that if you are hard of hearing or if you have a sight impairment, we want to make sure we have access for you too. And so this new website design that you're looking at right in front of you is ADA compliant. It adheres to the standards of the American with Disabilities Act. We are very proud of that. Our old website did not. And so this new design is going to be friendlier for everyone, whether you have color blindness or you are fully sight impaired. You're going to be able to use this website more effectively. The other thing that I think all of you will like is that it's mobile friendly. It is much more easier to use it on your phone than it was before. Everything is linear, just like your phone is. And if you want, I can even show you what that will look like on your phone. I'm going to go show you right now. So if you're looking at it from your phone, you'll see everything is linear and you just scroll on down to anything that you need. So that's the other new thing. And we hope that'll make it more convenient for you. The other thing that we like to tout about the website is that we offer translation on it. Google Translate is used, and if you go up into the far right hand corner, you'll see the translate button. You click it and it will translate into 80 different languages. It's not perfect, but it's close enough to help those who may be not be English speaking residents of Jacksonville, but are still parents of our students. So that's the other thing that's great about it. The other thing that I want you to know that makes it very easy to navigate is that the navigation is almost identical throughout all the sites. So whether you're on the district site or you're on your school site, you're going to be able to know where to go to find what you need for the most part. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you good stuff that you need to know about on the Duval County Public School District website, and then I'll take you to a few schools as well. So up here is the home button. It always brings you back right to where we are right now. So whenever you're wondering how to get back to where you are, this is a good place to start. It'll take you to the district site. If you're on your school site, it'll take you to your school site. That's pretty common. I think everyone knows that. The other button that allows you to go back to the district website is right here, this district website button. Now, you might want to use this Google search magnifying glass or search button to find things that you need. And our site is very large. We have 168 schools. They all have individual websites. And then we have the district website with multiple departments. When you use this, it tends to search for everything, not just on the site that you're on, because all of our sites are linked together. And so when you do a search for orientation, you're probably going to find orientation for multiple different schools, probably for 168 schools. So it's not really the most ideal way to find things that you need. The best way to find things that you need is go to the website that is relevant to you. So if you're looking for a district department, go to the district website. If you're looking for a school website and you're looking for contact information for a principal, you go to one of these that applies to you, elementary, middle, or high. You click on it, you'll see a drop-down menu of schools. You go to the school that's yours, and it takes you right to their website. ESE is all of our exceptional education schools. So for example, Oak Hill is our school for children with autism. Alden Road is for children with developmental disabilities, and so forth and so on. But you can always use these to find the school that is yours, and it's always at the very top of the page. The About Us page is what you need to know about the school district. So hang on a sec, I'm going to get back to that. And there are certain things that you need to know about us. One is we have lots of statistics about the district and how big it is and how many schools we have and how successful the schools are. And you might want to know all that because believe it or not, the school district is a very good district and we work hard to make sure it stays that way. The other thing you might need to know about is the school board. We have we have 7 school board members. Each one serves a district. Your district is one of these 7 that's here. And it's always good to know who your school board member is. The contact information for them is right there. And if you have an issue and you want to contact your school board member, you're absolutely welcome to. We always suggest that you start at with the principal first because they're the leader of your school. The superintendent, of course, is Dr. Diana Green. We all love her. And this is a little information that you need to know about her. You can read her bio on our website. You can also find out who her leadership team is. So you can find out who the leadership of the district is that is underneath her. You can find out who the chief of information officer is. This is my boss right here. He's the chief of marketing and public relations. Our chief academic officer, Miss Renfro. You can also find out who is the boss of your principal. So if you are in an elementary school, these are the people that manage all of the elementary schools. And so if you need to talk to a principal, you can also email the elementary school region leadership or the middle school if you're at a middle school. Same thing with high school. And then these are our turnaround school district administrators who are in charge of all those principals that are part of our turnaround schools. So the department list, I think, is one of the most valuable lists that we have on our school website. If you can't get information at your individual school, which again, we always recommend you start at your school first to get the information you need, this is a good place to go. If you want to know what the curriculum is for your middle school, the Academic Services Department can tell you. If you're a vendor and you need to get paid, accounts payable is right here. If you want to know more about the career and technical education services that we offer in our schools, which all 40 of our high schools and all 40 of our middle schools offer career and technical education, you can find that information out here if it's not listed on your school website. You can find out about VPK right here in our early childhood department. Parent Academy, of course, is right here. They're the ones who are sponsoring this evening's event, and you can find out about all the classes that they offer. So basically, if you have a question, here's HR. If you want to work for the school district, I enjoy my experience working for the school district. You might too. I know we're always in need of teachers. This is the place to go. So whatever you need at the district level, this is a good place to start. I know one of the questions that parents often ask us is, how do I get my students' transcripts? You go to the department, you go to student records, and you can order them online. There's a small fee associated with it, but you can order them online if you don't go to the school and get them yourself. So again, departments, very important. Always good to have that available to you. But if you're new to the district, or even if you're an existing family, the Student and Family tab is one of my favorites. It's going to teach you almost everything you need to know about being a family member of a Duval County Public School student. Our most popular links are listed over to the left. They include, they're in alphabetical order, athletics, bus routes, our code of conduct. Right now, COVID-19, of course, is a big hot topic for parents, and you can find out how many cases are at your school. We update it nightly. You can click right here to find that. The district calendar, you want to know when spring break and Christmas break are, don't you? This is where to find it. If you're new, enrollment and registration explains to you about our enrollment process. To be perfectly honest, because of school choice, there are a lot of different opportunities for parents to enroll their students. We have magnets, we have special transfer schools, we have neighborhood schools, we have VPK enrollment, and all those things have different enrollment processes, and this is where you can find out about them. And of course, registration form allows you to find out what you need to bring to your school or to register online: birth certificates, immunization, physicals, all the things you need to get ready for school. Focus, as you know, is our student database, and parents can be linked into it. I highly recommend you get a Focus account and link it to your kid, because you can find out what their grades are in real time. When my son was in middle school and learning how to be an independent learner, I was on it every day, watching his grades and making sure that if he got a D, that he knew I knew, and he had a plan to fix it. The other thing that you may want to look at are the school data reports. When you're looking for a new school in the district, you can find out a lot of information about the schools by clicking on their data reports, and I'll show you one of those in just a minute. Talk with Team Duval is here. If you have a question and you can't find it on the website, if you click this button, fill out the form, we'll help you find what you need to find. And we're open from 7:30 to 5:30, but we always answer our calls within 24 to 48 hours, our emails within 24 to 48 hours. Safety and security is, of course, of utmost importance, and those links are also here as well. And so our academics obviously are important, and all that information is right here. Our summer programs, our graduation requirements, all the things that you need to know about being the academics that we offer here at the school district. So the other thing that you might want to know about, health and safety obviously is very important. And so we have a website dedicated completely to our protocols for COVID-19. And we are, as you know, starting next week, we will have a mask mandate for all the schools with a medical opt-out form if you need it. And all this information is here, right here at this link, and then plus anything else you need to know about. So if you have any questions, and let's say you find out that you have a COVID case in your classroom, you can come here and you can find out everything you need to know about what we do to combat this terrible pandemic that we're living in. But for now, I hope everyone is safe and getting masks and getting vaccinated. So contact us is very comprehensive. But to be perfectly honest, if you want to use it, you almost need to know the name of the school and who the person is that you're looking for. So let's start with, we're going to do Greenfield Elementary. And we're going to do, let's see. No, I'm going to do Pine Forest. Pine Forest Elementary School is one of our elementary schools for School for the Arts. And I'm going to look up the principal. And it's not showing up. Of course not. Let's try that again. Let's just do this. This might be a little easier. So there's our principal for Greenland Pines, Miss Hinckley. So I used her last name and found it, and then I can email her if I want to. There's actually a faster way to contact your principal, and I'll show you that in a minute. But let's go back to the home page. So I've gone through the whole menu for the most part of the top menu bar, and for the most part, they're all the same. They look basically the same from school to school and from the district website as well. You'll notice that all of our schools have these very large, very pretty, colorful web banners, and they tell you important things that you need to know. So right now, bus registration is still going on. If you didn't know it, bus registration has to be done in your Parent Focus account. So we were advertising that to let people know about it. We have a website called wehavethat.org, and you can go to it and find out more information about all the different schools all in one place. That's very handy. Of course, we've got vaccination sites that are free, and you can click on this web banner right here, and it'll take you to the link to show you where all the schools are that are offering free community vaccine events. So let's see. So when your school also have these web banners, and it's always a good idea to go and check them out. Just rotate through them. There might be something there that you need. And we'll go and show you a little more of that in just a minute. The other thing you'll notice on the website, also on the school websites, is these global icons. There are quick links to where you may need to go. So all the kids are using our blended learning platforms. And if I click on this, it takes me to the blended learning applications that all the kids use. Achieve 300, Brain Pop, that one's a really fun one. Chalk Talk, all the websites that the children use for learning are right here at their fingertips, and they almost all inevitably know where to go to find them. The other thing that you'll find is the district calendar. Of course, transportation is very important. The school locator is great when you're new to the district and you don't know what your neighborhood school is. If you click on it and then enter in your street address, I'm entering my street address, you can find your school. So you put in your street address, the name of the street, and your zip code. And I found my neighborhood schools, which are Andrew Robinson Elementary, Matthew Gilbert, and William M. Raines High School. Now, the other thing you need to know is these are my neighborhood schools, but I have other schools in my neighborhood that are magnet schools. Those include R.L. Brown and Springfield Middle, Andrew Jackson High School. So don't forget that because we're a school choice district, this is your neighborhood school, but there are other schools that are available to you to access if you so desire. So the other thing that's important to us is school safety, and you'll notice at the top of every website, you'll see this Fortify Florida link. If you click on it, it gives you an opportunity to to report suspicious activity in your school. As we always say, if you see something, say something, and this is an easy way to do it anonymously. The other thing that you might be interested in is Talk with Team Duval. We, over at the beginning of the school year, we get about 3,500 emails from Talk with Team Duval. If you click on it, it's going to load a page where you can give us information that any question that you want. Some parents are new to town and want to know how to enroll. Some parents have a student with special needs and they need to know who to get in touch with in the ESE department. Any question you have, we can answer. There are categories that you can use. The most popular one is feedback, but the second one is usually school choice with enrollment questions. But you can also ask questions of our human resources department and our technology department, transportation, and also VPK. They are all very popular as well. You have to fill in your name, your email address, and phone number before you submit the tip. It usually comes to me or one of my staff, but we answer it within 24 to 48 hours. It's very convenient to use, but as always, I always say call the school first because they're your first line of information and assistance. The other thing you'll notice on our website, because we are a treasure trove of information, is we have a news service called Team Duval News. It's at teamduval.org. And it's right now you'll notice that a lot of the information that's going on is about COVID. So all of our announcements are related to COVID, but lots of times there's other things. We have information about our referendum for improving our facilities. We'll have information about transportation. There's all kinds of information on there. I highly recommend that you look at it regularly to make sure that you're not missing anything. The other thing you can do is a lot of these links to these articles are on our social media page. So I highly recommend you like at Duval Schools to get updated information about pretty much anything that's going on at the district, including Parent Academy classes. Of course, it's always important to know what is going on in our district calendar. You always want to know when progress reports are released. You always want to know when the end of the first 9 weeks is over. All those things are here, and you can view the whole calendar website by just clicking on the link, and it'll take you to all of our important dates that parents need to know, like early release days and weather days and vacation days and breaks, which we all of course need. And then if you want to click on an ADA compliant district calendar PDF to print out and put on your refrigerator, just like we all do, they're right there as well. If you're interested in attending a board meeting, we also post the board meeting calendars. We welcome all of our constituents to join us at board meetings, and we do have a public speaking period that comes right after the Pledge of Allegiance and the general announcements and the prayer. So we welcome you to come and speak. If there's something on your mind, we give each of our constituents about 3 minutes to speak. You fill out a card before you do it, and you can say whatever's on your mind. Of course, you can also email our board as well. That is very important to us, that we hear from our community. After the calendar, the other thing that you'll see are just general announcements. We've had a lot of bus delays. I don't know if you realize this, but there's a bus driver shortage across the country. We're no different. And so you can click on this website and it'll tell you what buses are delayed day to day. There's lots of other information, including the facility improvements that we're doing with that half-penny surtax that we all voted in this past November. The district COVID dashboard is there. We've got a featured video, which today is Abbas Park Elementary. I think the next one will be John Love Early Learning. And then, of course, our Facebook page. I highly recommend you like us on Facebook. There's so much good information that we give you daily that you might want to know. And also, like your schools, because they will also post information on their social media pages that you may need to know. So that's the district website. I think I've gone through everything that you needed to know. Now let's go to a school website. So I'm going to use Kernan Trail as our example. If any of you are Kernan Trail parents, I'm so excited you're here because they have a great website. So this little gentleman is one of our kindergarten students. So he's a real life student of Duval County Public Schools. His name is Mr. Baldwin. And you'll notice that the menu up at the top is exactly like ours. There's a few other things that are there. The About Us page tells you a lot about the school itself and the administration. But one of my favorite things as a mom to learn about the school was going to the district data reports. So I'm going to go visit Kernan Trails district data report. These are, so every school has one of these and they're all in the same place in the About Us page. And if you click on it, you're going to get an overview of the school, who the region chief is, that's the boss of the principal, who the board member is, who the principal is, where they're located, and of course, what grade level, how many kids are enrolled, what their school hours are. And you can also find out how diverse the school is by gender and race, other statistics that may be of interest. And also you can find out their grade, which is usually here. But in this year, no schools got grades. Neither did they last year due to the pandemic. So let's go click on 2018 and see what their grade was. It's going to take a minute to load, but you will see they were an A school, graded A. And I love being able to find that out because parents use that as a gauge for how good the school is. Now, if you see a school that's a B school or a C school, I highly recommend you go and tour it, whether you think it's good or not based on that grade. That cannot be the sole thing that determines whether a school is the right fit for your child. The tour is really what tells you what kind of educational excellence is going on in the school, how excited the teachers are, what a great leader the principal is. All that can be found in the school. How happy the kids are, how engaged they are, all those things are really what determines the excellence of a school, not just a letter grade. I know when I was a student, I was an A student, but if I tried to do standardized testing, I did not do very well. I think schools are similar. You have to go and see them to find out how really great they are. So I highly recommend using these district data reports, but then go tour the schools that really impress you. So the Contact Us page is probably my most used thing that I used when I was a mom of Duval County Public Schools, of a student here. When you click on it, you're going to find the school address, when they're open and closed, and their bell schedule. But you'll also find out how to get in touch with the principal and her staff. Right now, Principal Shaw does not have a assistant principal, but she will, and she'll put her on here. And then you all will be able to contact her directly. And I think that having a direct line to your principal is a wonderful thing, because sometimes when you call somebody at the school, they may not know all the answers to all the questions, but the principal does. And if she doesn't, she knows who to find out to get your answers. So I think that knowing that contact information is there and that you can contact the leadership of your school whenever you need to is very valuable. So just remember that. Also, the other great thing about the school websites are the activities and programs. You can find out a lot about what is offered at a school and whether it'll fit your needs by looking at what programs are offered. And you can see that Kernan Trail offers a lot of really cool programs. I'm really a fan of their TV station. I think that's really, really neat. And they have Girls on the Run, which is a girls running program, and the kids love that. They have student council, safety patrols. Everyone has safety patrols, and that's really fun too. There's lots of activities for the kids besides just academic excellence and academic learning, and we always encourage students and parents to get involved in the clubs and the things that are the special things that are going on in the school. Of course, extended day, always important to those working Supporting Parents and Kernan Trail, as you can see, has it. And usually any school that has it has a link to the extended day and page and how to access that. So I mentioned that they have web banners at the front, just like we do, and they only have just one, but you can scroll through their web banners and see different news that's going on. But also they have announcements just like we do on the district page. Here's an introduction to Kernan Trail Elementary. Here's your school supply list. Of course, the district calendar plus their individual school calendar. So the virtual open house and the SAC meeting. If you're a parent, we highly encourage you to get involved in the student and parent council. It tells you when early dismissal is. That's always important. When the board meeting is, and of course school's closed on Monday and everyone gets a break, which is really nice. So that district calendar and their individual calendar are combined in here. Plus they have a marketing video. You can click on that to learn more about Kernan Trail Elementary. And they have a link to their Facebook page so you can remember to like them, plus other general announcements that you may need to know about, like open house and their school calendar. So that is the basics for an elementary school. Let's go to a middle school. We're going to go visit Ocean Way Middle. So basically the setup is the same, and having the similar navigation on each different school website makes it easier for you to find what you need. Again, About Us page has the principals page, who the administrative team is, the school advisory council, the district data reports. I mentioned to you that tells you about the school profile, their grade, where they are, who their board members are, who their principal is. That's really great information. The Contact Us page, always important. It's going to tell you who your principal is, how to get in touch with them, who your assistant principals are. Your school resource officer, they went very in depth. You know who everybody is, including school counselors, the bookkeeper. You might need to know who the bookkeeper is if you need to pay for an event going on at the school, or maybe shirts. So basically it looks the same as our elementary school webpage. The difference might be that there's probably going to be athletics, because we do have athletic programs starting in middle school. So we have school sports. Plus there's also a lot more clubs and activities. But if you click on the athletic program, it's going to show you all the forms that you're going to need to fill out if you're participating in sports, what the COVID protocol is, all kinds of other information that you may need about joining the Ocean Way Middle School sports programs. The other thing that you'll see are more activities in club and extended day, and they're obviously still adding more information to this one, but you can see they have cheer and they have junior honor society, and they probably have a lot more clubs than that, and they'll let you know about them as they add them. So that's the difference, really, I think, between elementary and secondary schools, is that you're going to see a little more information, including athletics and forms you need for athletics. But then you're also going to see these big web banners that tell you information that you may need. Of course, we see Ocean Way is very patriotic, or very athletic. They're very athletic. They dominate athletics, and they're interested in showing you how sportsmanlike they are. The kids, other sports, they do a lot of that. Again, there's a calendar of what's going on for them and for the district. And then they have general announcements as well as a Facebook page. The principal hasn't put anything in his log, but he just started. He's brand new, so hopefully he'll update that very soon. And then, another thing I forgot to tell you about is that if you don't know where your school is, if you go to the bottom of the web page, you can click on this map. It's interactive, and it will take you it'll take you where you need to go to find, well, it's not working right. Oh, there we go. It'll show you how to get to your school, which is very cool. I love that. I think that's new this year as well. Okay, so let's go to a high school. We're going to go to Atlantic Coast High School. I'm just picking these randomly, but I encourage you to go to your school and look at them and see what they look like. So this is Atlantic Coast. As you can see, it's one of our biggest and it's our newest high school. And they're, by the way, they're the stingrays, and you'll notice that on their aerial, their shrubbery is shaped like a stingray. I think that's so cute. So this is Atlantic Coast High. It's a wonderful school. And again, the setup is very similar. They have their district data reports in the About Us. They have a little bit more about the school. You can find out how to pay for things online. You can find out about how to use our Focus student database. It gives you information for students. Academics, of course, is very important here, and they tell you about all the different programs they have. So many really good programs in this high school, including a nationally recognized arts program. Their athletics, it's a big deal. They're big rivals of Mandarin High School. And again, you can find everything you need to know about participating in sports at Atlantic Coast High. And all of our high schools have very in-depth athletic web pages, and I encourage you to check them out, as well as, of course, the academic pages. So that's really the biggest overview. That's really, I think, all that I've got for you today. But one of the things that I want to remind you of is just some advice, and that is we are all about making sure that we are communicating with parents. And this is one of the most effective ways we can do it. We know that you all are working parents and that you're not always able to contact us when we are in school. And so this is another way to find out what you need. But I always, again, recommend call your principal, call your school to get information that you need, or call the specific department. The best time to call is long before school starts. Don't wait until school starts to get information, because at that point we probably are getting calls from 110,000 families. But if at the end of school in June it's very slow, and that's a great way to get specialized attention. That's just my little hint for the day. So if you have any, but of course always call us if you have questions, but always do it in advance. Don't wait, don't delay. If you have a question about enrollment, or your child's grades, or transportation, don't wait till the last minute to contact us. Go ahead and contact us. We want to make sure that your children have a very successful school year and school career, and that they go on to be lifelong learners and successful adults. That's our job, and we take it very seriously, and we love the kids so much. We want to make sure they're successful. So that's the end of my speech. I hope it was helpful. And now I'll turn my camera back on, and I will take any questions that anyone has. I'd love to hear from you. Oh, Christina, I think you're muted.
Thank you. If you have a
Absolutely.
question, you can either put it in the chat or you can unmute yourself and you can go ahead and ask. We'll give it a couple minutes.
Christina, do you have any questions? You have a daughter in our school system. Almost, anyway. She's 3, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
she's not there, but she will be.
She will be. She will be. No, it was really informative. I was watching everything and it was super just knowing how to navigate everything and how to get to each school like easily and not have to go around and through a million different clicks. It was very
Yes.
informative. Well, I see that there are no questions for the night, but I wanted to thank you, Tabitha, and thank you everyone for coming tonight. Have a great one, guys.